Hello, I am Eric Williams, candidate for U.S. Congress District 30. I'm standing here in front of the congressional offices for District 30, Dallas, Texas. While Democratic-controlled cities across America are in chaos, Congresswoman Johnson is invisible and nowhere to be found. She can only be found in the pages of a newspaper. She should come out and author a bill for major police reform. That's leadership. So I'm calling on her and the Supreme Court to abolish the qualified immunity doctrine entirely for police officers and government officials. Qualified immunity promotes the unreasonable use of force by these police officers. That's unacceptable for me and other families across the nation. By abolishing this bill, it would allow victims to sue for compensations under color of law claims for which I am a past victim. My case reached all the way to Congress, and it was discussed and debated in the House Judiciary Committee. I had to sue the entire damn Arlington Police Department and City of Arlington for violating my constitutional rights. They too use qualified sovereign immunity as their defense. Abolishing qualified immunity is one way to make police officers feel the pain that you and I have felt. It was said during that House Judiciary Committee meeting that Mr. Williams would be better served if he fought to change the law. So that's what I'm doing. I'm fighting for you, fighting for me, fighting for my family. By standing here today, I have the moral authority. The fair treatment of civilians and police officers are at stake, and only Congress can abolish and reform qualified immunity immediately. A bill needs to be brought to the House floor. The Supreme Court's high cost for adopting qualified immunity only serves to shield police from financial settlements for families and grieving victims. This doctrine protects cops even when the court determines the officers violated someone's constitutional civil rights. Hell, Eddie, you took $30,000 in scholarship money allocated for children in your District 30 and gave that to your family members, stealing kids' money for over 4 years straight. Who does that and gets away? Eddie does. You got a slap on the wrist. And George and my cousin, Jordan Edwards, are both dead. George apparently had a $20 counterfeit bill, and he lost his life, and all you can do is sit on your laws and do nothing and call for this and call for that with no action. You should have been downtown protesting with the young man, Dominique Alexander, and his protesters. But no, you were nowhere to be found. You were invisible, missing in action. But guess what? You were not missing in action in 1994 when you and your partner co-sponsored the crime bill, Joe Biden, that sent a lot of black and brown men and women to prison and destroyed many families around this nation and right here in Dallas. You said to the nation not too long ago that you are not sorry for that decision and vote using color of law and qualified immunity. Well, I am, Congresswoman Johnson, because a lot of people have died because of those decisions you and others made. Sponsor a bill now. That's action. Or join Representative Justin Amash and help to co-sponsor his bill on Thursday and end qualified immunity. You can help that by joining co-sponsor with Senator Booker, co-sponsor with Senator Harris. A bill that people can believe on. You authored a bill to build a park on the moon, and we don't have parks here in the southern sector. That's a violation. If you can author a bill for the moon, author this. You've been sitting in that seat for power for Dallas County since 1972. That's 48 years. That's too damn long. It's 2020, and you're one of the longest serving politicians in Washington now. That's called career politics. You can only come out during election season and give out a bunch of grants back to your special interest groups that you had nothing to do with to help make. You get all this money from climate destroyers like ExxonMobil and money from telecommunications companies that don't provide high-speed internet access to our black and brown communities like AT&T, ExxonMobil, both of which are based right here in Dallas, where you get thousands and thousands of dollars campaign contributions each year from these organizations. That's unacceptable. This is a tactical move to make it look like you're doing something, Congresswoman, for the community, while you're doing nothing. We can't catch a damn break because of your decisions and others since 1972. That's why we all have these systematic problems in the nation and in District 30, because you've been making those decisions on the House floor that has had major impacts and implications on my life and others across the nation. Congresswoman Johnson, this has been generational trauma. It's time for you to go. Relinquish the seat. You're hogging the seat, Congresswoman Johnson. Since we are working on deadlines because of this pandemic and pandemonium, you need to immediately let the community know what bill you plan to author or co-sponsor by the end of the week. Or we're gonna be right here, and I'm gonna be right here at your congressional office protesting peacefully. And if that doesn't work, we're gonna take it to Victory Park where you reside. Now this message is for you, Congresswoman Johnson. Now this particular message is for the people. Together we can get rid of her. Together we can.